Well, luckily Darrell's like very techie, so I
Yeah.
was just like, "Can you set this up for me?"
It's funny that you just called him Darrell because, duh, that's his name.
Yeah.
But everyone calls him Bubba.
Yep.
So obviously you don't call him Bubba, do you?
Sometimes I do, but it's only been recent because I feel like I have to refer to him as Bubba, like on the grid, around sponsors, because if I say Darrell, they're like, "Who?
Who?
Who are you talking about?" And his real name's not even Darrell. His real name's William. And so he has this like
What?
triple name thing going on. So it's very confusing. Like when I go pick up his prescription at the pharmacy, if he's ever sick, I'll be like, it's maybe under William Wallace, it's maybe under Darrell Wallace Jr., or it's under Bubba. I don't know. Like I have to go through all
Yeah.
the names for takeout, pharmacy, all the things.
So his real name is William Wallace. Isn't that the name of like a important general or something?
I think it's a brave heart. I don't know if it's
Oh,
based in reality, but I know he
that's the
always
name
gets.
of Braveheart, isn't it?
Yes, I've never seen Braveheart, but he gets that reference all the time. Like
That,
William Wallace, like Braveheart.
yeah, I was like, wait, why do I know that name?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
yeah.
That
So
is that is interesting. I never realized that that was his real name. So is it William Darrell Wallace?
William Darrell Wallace Jr. And
Right,
so his
Junior.
dad goes by Darrell Wallace Sr. And so he got Bubba like a nickname, like any kid would, and it
Hmm.
stuck forever because he's a junior. So
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah,
He has so my dad's name is Darrell. Darrelled actually, but
yeah,
everyone tells everyone it's Darrell because they know that name and it's easier for people to understand.
yeah.
But I'm like, his name is Darrell, like Harold, but with a D in the front.
So that's how my grandma says Daryl's name. She will say Daryl, but
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know why
Yeah,
she does that. She just can't get out Daryl, so she always says
yeah.
Daryl.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm like, Dad, I think you're the only one with that actual name in the world.
Probably. I think
Yeah.
you can Google how rare your name is, and it might come up.
We need to do that with him.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you so much for coming on and doing this. This is
Yeah.
so fun. Are
Thanks for
you
having me.
going to Kansas this weekend?
I am. I thought about not going just because it's a lot,
Yeah.
but I think Mother's Day is this weekend, so I was like, maybe I'll go.
I
Right?
know. I know. Can you believe that we're having, I mean, what a random place and
I
time and
know.
anyway, yeah, so you are gonna go. So what's it been like having a baby and traveling and flying?
Yeah, it's been good. Bex is a very easy, chill baby. I tell Daryl all the time that we are very lucky. Anytime he
Oh,
gets like frustrated with anything, I just remind him it can be worse. Like he's easy.
yeah.
So we'll take it. But
Yeah.
he's a
He's
very
so
easy
cute.
baby. So he's good on the plane. He goes to bed really early, so the trip home from the racetrack sometimes is a little bit of a stretch for him. But I've
Yeah.
just been doing the baby carrier. He
Mm.
falls asleep right on my chest. So
So sweet. How many
yeah,
months is he now?
he's 7 months.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun. Is he sleeping through the night?
Finally, he's
Oh, good.
yeah, around 6 months we put a hard
Yeah.
effort into sleeping, like sleep training.
Mm.
Um, I don't know what the trick was. Introduced formula around that time.
Mhm.
I bought a sound machine around that time because I was avoiding a sound machine just because people say mixed things about them. And so I was
Oh,
like, well, I
yeah.
don't know. I'm going to try without it, see how he does. And he
Yeah.
did pretty good, but I mean, he was waking up quite often.
Mm.
I got little bumpers for his crib so his passies don't fall out.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
somewhere in the mix of all of those things, he started sleeping through the night. So
Awesome.
yeah, he sleeps 6 to 6 pretty much.
Oh, that's so good.
It's very nice.
Yeah, that's great.
The 6 a.m. wake up call is a little difficult, but
Are
we're getting
you an
used to it.
early are you an early to bed do you guys go to bed together? Like, what's
Yeah,
your routine like?
we typically go to bed together every night.
Yeah.
But we have become night owls. well, I'll say I become a night owl in the last couple of years because of Darrell.
Okay.
And so it's been an adjustment going to bed. So like last night I got into bed a couple hours before he did, but it took me forever to fall asleep. And he was up later. And then eventually went to bed at the same time. So the
Yeah.
6 a.m. wake up is, I still need to go to bed much earlier, but
I
we're
feel the
getting used
same
to it.
way. I mean, we're 3 kids in, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Why don't
Yeah.
I just go to bed when they go to bed?
Yeah. I
But I
used to
can't.
put limits on my social media, and
Yeah.
like I had time limits, and Darrell had the password. I didn't have the password, so I couldn't bypass.
Yeah.
Like I would have to ask him, like,
That's a
can you
very good
put
idea.
me in? That sounds like crazy to some people, but it was really because if I knew the password, I'd just be like, boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
back in. And
Ignore.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
what I have them on mine, and then I mean, many times I'm just like, ignore the limit
snooze.
today. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I like if I needed it for something, like if I was, making a post or something, I
Yeah.
would just be like, hey, will you punch this in? But I
Yeah.
used to do limits. I probably need to bring it back. But
I go through spurts where I'm like barely on and can't hardly keep up with it, and then I realize I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been on here forever,
right.
you know. And yeah, I don't know.
It's
It's
addicting.
interesting. It is. It's clearly so addicting. It's hard. Um, so backing up,
Yep.
tell me about you, where you were, born and raised, and like your upbringing a little bit,
Hmm.
and then how did you and Darrell meet?
Yeah. So I was born in Indiana, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. My family moved to Louisville, Kentucky when I was an infant, like 6 weeks old, I think, really, really young. And so I lived in Louisville for 14 years. Um, and then my family moved to North Carolina. I'm the youngest of five kids. I think all of
Wait,
us were born in,
what?
in
I did
Indiana.
not know you had four siblings.
Yes, big
You have
family,
a big family. Oh, I love
huge
that.
family. Yeah, there's 10 years between me and my oldest brother. So my mom was just
Yeah.
popping us out.
Wow.
About 2 years in between each
So
of
it's
us.
boy, what's the lineup?
Yeah, boys run very strong in my family. So we have boy, 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 girl, and then me. So,
Oh my gosh.
and then I have my brother had three boys, my sister had two boys, and then a girl, and then I had a boy. So we're just
Yeah.
a very boy heavy family.
We've got a lot of boys on my side of the family too. Like
Yeah,
my
it's
I
wild.
have two older brothers, and between the two of them, they have seven sons and no
Oh my
girls.
gosh.
Yeah. And
So then when Oakley came, everyone was probably like, thank goodness.
they're like, "How'd you do it?"
Tell us
They're
the
like,
tricks.
"What exact? Like, what was the mood?
Yeah.
How did we get that?" I'm like, "You guys, we didn't do anything special."
I we could talk about this later, but if we get there, but I wanted a girl really bad, and I
Yeah.
tried all the tricks
Yeah.
and didn't tell Bubba I was doing the tricks,
Yeah.
but it didn't work. So
I know. I want to hear what your theories are for the tricks,
yeah.
because if we have another, which I do think we'll probably go for a fourth at some point. We've
Yeah.
said it enough that I'm like, right now we're in such a hard season with the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
not like a hard season, but just like
It's a
it's a
lot.
lot, with they're all very good and happy and everything, but Bear is just woken up to be. He's really embraced his name. He's a wild animal. So I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to give it at least another year before we even think about it. But I'm like, if I could bookend this with another daughter, oh, it'd be
Yeah.
so awesome.
And give her a patient name, like a
Yeah.
calming name. And maybe
Yes.
that's it.
Breeze. Peace.
Yes. She's just gonna be the icing on top.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I moved to North Carolina with my parents and my sister. I think one of my brothers moved with us around that time. But my brothers were mostly in college by the time we moved. So we moved to North Carolina for a job change for my dad, and when I was 14, 13 or 14. Um, and it was 2007, 2008-ish. And so I moved right where we live now, and went to 1 year middle school. And then in high school, Darrell and I actually went to high school together. So we met
Oh my gosh,
my,
I didn't know that.
yeah, not many people know that.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so we met when I was a freshman in high school and he was a sophomore, and we had one class together. It was a Spanish class. And for whatever reason, we sat next to each other in that class. And it was like him and two other guys in the class. We just like partnered together on every single project there was for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I know why he was like, put me with her.
well, I know what he was thinking. But yeah, he would always try. I was a very studious student, and so he was always trying to be like, "Give me the answers, like whatever, whatever." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to get caught."
Yeah, exactly. I can totally picture you two now being like, I can totally picture him just being, what was he like in school?
Probably it's hard to remember exactly because we didn't like we knew each other, but we weren't close, close. Like we were friends, but we didn't hang
You
out
guys
much
like
after school that
flirty
much.
or,
So we went on a couple of dates throughout high school. So we only went to school together for 1 year, and then a new school opened and I was rezoned. So we only went to school together for the 1 year and we stayed friends and we went on a couple dates, but we
oh
both
my
were in
gosh.
like the typical on and off again high school relationships. And
Yeah.
so like if we were both off, we would make it out on a date sometimes.
Okay.
Um, but like they weren't serious to me. Like I wasn't that interested in him. And I remember vaguely like the guy I was dating felt it seemed like he felt a little threatened by Darrell and it felt silly to me. And it's just funny because like we got married. So
He was right.
yeah. But I'm pretty sure so I have a sister that's 2 years older than me and we joke about it all the time, but I'm pretty sure like Darrell went on a date with my sister too. Like
Oh my gosh, how funny.
like it was just it wasn't anything serious. And so um we reconnected. So we didn't stay like close-knit friends at all. Like I went to his prom my junior year, but not with him. I went with
Hmm.
somebody else. And so like I don't know, we were just
Yeah.
casual friends, it felt like. But yeah, he was goofy. Even if he got caught cheating on of me in that Spanish class, it wouldn't have mattered because the teacher was like went to his church and like knew him really well. So like hindsight, it would have been fine. But
Yeah.
we were just yeah, like kind of classmates, a little bit of friends, and then couple dates. And then fast forward to my senior year of college, I was going to a Tennessee football game and I had maybe seen him once or twice in between like high school and my senior year of college. He lived in Birkdale Village. And so if he was out and about in Birkdale and I was eating lunch at Birkdale, I would sometimes bump into him.
Oh, how funny.
But
Yeah.
like otherwise, never really saw him. And so I went to a Tennessee football game my senior year because my cousin was a freshman there, and he was the only Tennessee fan I knew. And so what we think happened was I texted him and said, "Are you at this Tennessee football game, like by chance?" And he was. We met up for 5 minutes, maybe, and
Yeah.
said hi, went our ways. He had like field passes or whatever.
Okay.
And I was just in the student section with my cousin. And he's like texting me the whole time, like, I'm trying to get this reporter's number, like, blah, 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 like trying to like make me jealous, maybe, or
Yeah.
I don't know what his goal was. But I was like, cool, bro, like,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
After that Tennessee game, we just got back in touch. We don't really know the order of events, but he had a like a house party one day and my mom made me go and I went and then it just started like snowballing
Yeah.
until spring break my senior year. He had invited me out to Vegas for a race and
And at
I
what point was he racing?
he
Like,
was
what series was he in?
it was his last season of Xfinity,
Okay.
and he was a part-time Xfinity driver.
Okay.
And I said no initially, and then I eventually said yes. And we started dating while we were in Vegas.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
yeah, we've known each other for a very long
What
time,
happens
since
in Vegas?
2009.
What happens in Vegas ends up staying with you and marrying you and having a baby with you.
Forever, yeah. So Vegas is really special to us. We love Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Vegas is fun.
I love
We,
it.
yeah. We always love it when we're there. It's just fun. I mean,
Yeah.
we do, I guess, probably a lot differently than other people, but like, we love it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, like we've only gone to a handful of shows, and honestly,
Yeah.
we've really only gone to shows when like family have visited the racetrack with us. But
Yeah.
otherwise, we love playing games at the casino and
Yeah.
eating food and walking around and people
So
watching.
fun.
So,
Yeah, the people watching. And what do you have a game that you like? Because Ty and I like craps.
yes, craps is a lot of fun. That
Yeah.
one's newer to my list of games I've tried.
Yeah.
You need the right group of people like to
Yeah,
make
you
it
do.
fun.
Like the energy needs to be, when you walk up to a craps table and you're like,
Uh, yeah.
it's ice cold over here.
Right. And usually you can make a good crowd out of it because like
And
Freddie, our
sometimes it's
spotter,
not
will
like
be there.
a riding lawnmower in the background or something.
Yeah, we have people working on our pool outside.
I love it.
But yeah, we
Um,
love it there. So it's a
yeah.
special place. I tell him all the time, I'm like, if we ever do like a vow renewal, let's go to Vegas and just do it there and have fun.
Oh, that would be so cool at one of their little chapels. Yeah.
Right. Like just gimmicky. Make it as
Yep.
gimmicky as possible.
Yeah. That's cute. So you guys have been together for a long time though. Like, how long
Hmm.
have you been together?
I don't really know. So I
Yeah.
guess we started dating in 2016. We did break up for about a year and I don't know, 2019 maybe, 2020, maybe that time frame. I can't even
Yeah.
remember now. And then we got back together and we got married. Went a wild life and we were young, so we've been together
Yeah.
for so long. I mean, you and Ty are the same way. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
even
yeah.
we don't count anniversaries. We don't really I guess now
Yeah.
that we're married, we just count our marriage
Right. The
anniversary.
marriage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys decided to start trying and have a baby, and what was that journey like for you? I always talk to the girls about
Yeah.
that.
No, I love hearing everybody's
Yeah.
story with that because pregnancy to me was one of the most amazing things. But
Yeah.
um we knew we were very planned out. So we knew we
Mhm.
wanted to have a baby, like try for a baby about a year after we got married. So we waited to try and luckily didn't have much of an issue getting pregnant.
Yeah.
I say all the time, like I felt so fertile. Like I just like felt so in tune with my body.
Yeah.
And
That's
I was
awesome.
just we were ready. I mean, we weren't ready, like we were prepared. I
Yeah.
don't think you're ever
Nothing
ready.
exactly.
Um, but now like I think a little hindsight, we're like, oh, we probably should have done this a little sooner. Like we wouldn't have mind doing it a little bit sooner than we did.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, we got pregnant right away, which is a blessing. And I had a wonderful pregnancy. I loved being pregnant. It's just like the
That's
coolest
so
thing
awesome.
in the world.
Yeah. That's so awesome. And then was your birth good? Like what was it like? Did you have any plan? Are you like a planner in that way? Like, did you know what you wanted?
I plan a little bit, but I felt like very prepared for things that could come up. And so
Yeah.
I wasn't set in anything in
Yeah.
particular. Um, I, was hoping the baby would come at a good time. That was the only bad thing about my
Yeah.
delivery was I guess kind of started labor in the night on Friday evening. And then it kind of slowly progressed all day where my contractions were timeable all day long.
Mm,
Hindsight, they weren't like the real full-blown contractions.
mm.
Um, but I was not able to sleep through them, so I was exhausted. And so
Right.
by Saturday night, I was like, oh my gosh, these are getting crazy. Darrell was at Kansas racetrack and um
Did he have a fill-in driver on deck?
no. So that was something we had to prepare for in advance.
Yeah.
And the team asked us, do you want us to have somebody on standby? What's the plan? And we planned, weeks in advance not to have anybody on standby.
And why?
Um, because
Did you just not think like, oh, that's not gonna happen?
The chances felt small that that would
Yeah.
happen. It's if you really look at it, it's
So,
12 hours of the day that
right.
you should avoid.
That's how we
Um,
feel too. I mean, we had a stand-in driver, I think, for Captain, or we for sure did with Captain and maybe for Bear.
yeah,
In
and
my mind, I just thought
it would
that
never
was
happen.
such a small chance.
And then to me, it was probably mostly driven. I kind of led the choice. To me, it felt like even if he came, the risk of sitting out a race and someone else in your car
Yeah.
is high. Even if you're secure in your team and you have a good contract,
Yeah.
the if someone goes out and has a good race, and for us, I was due in between Talladega, Kansas, Michigan, like in a boat of tracks where our cars are good. And
Yeah.
so you
Like,
don't want to miss the opportunity for a race win
and he
and
certainly didn't want someone else getting in there and getting a,
getting a win.
decent or even a good finish.
Right.
Even a
And
top 10, it's like that doesn't look good. I mean, you
yeah,
know what I mean. Not that it doesn't look good.
no,
It makes
exactly.
Bubba not feel good. Like Ty would not want that. He'd
No.
probably be fine with it, but yeah, you as a
Yeah.
driver do not want that.
And I'm sure some people who are,
Maybe more
and
secure.
more at the end of their careers who have a
Right.
list of race wins and they don't have
Not
that much
secure, but I just
left.
mean like security.
Right.
Not you know what I meant about
Right.
that, but like for the listener, not that there's an insecurity there, but we mean security in their ride. Like if we
Right.
had a
It could be
contract for next
gone.
year, it would feel maybe different. But yeah, that
Even yeah.
people, I don't know that people understand that they, yeah, they don't have like they don't ever want someone else getting in their seat.
No, especially with like how hard it is to get in something good. Like it took years for Bubba to get in a good ride.
He's in an
Um,
incredible ride too.
right. And so I don't know. Not everybody's going to make that same choice, and we might make a different choice for our second child. Um, just because, obviously the birth of your kid is such a cool and wonderful
Yeah.
experience.
And second go
Um,
around's a little faster, you get a little bit more unpredictable.
So yeah, so we thought there was no way. And so Saturday night, we're like calling each other, texting because the Xfinity race was ending, and I'm like, well, I think you should probably jump on the Xfinity plane and come
Yeah.
home. Um, and so he did. He decided he got on the Xfinity plane, got home around like midnight. At that point, I had already made one trip to the hospital thinking I was ready. And I get there and they're like, you're not dilated. Go home. And I was like, how am I
Okay.
gonna know? Like, you don't
Yeah.
know until you know.
I know. You don't know what you don't know, but then once you have that baby, you're like, oh, okay, this baby wasn't gonna sneak out of my vagina. Like,
Yeah. And I even like we have a few friends that are pregnant for the first time, and I even tell them the same thing. Like I hate saying you'll know as the only
yeah.
like tip, but you'll know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
so
gonna be it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be brutal enough. Like, but you really don't know that until you go through it. Oh, okay, there's no like mistaking, you're not gonna all of a sudden like have this baby on the toilet. That's not really it's not
yeah.
gonna happen so fast. I don't know. Anyway.
Yes. And
So he gets
so
there at midnight.
yeah, so I had already went to the hospital, got sent home, and around 1 a.m. I knew. And
Yeah.
so we went to the hospital at like 1 a.m. This is Sunday morning at 1 a.m. And they really wanted to send me home again because I wasn't dilating. And I said, honestly, I don't think the pain can get much worse. Like this time I know the pain is different and I am
Yeah.
having real contractions.
Uh-huh.
So I would not know when to come in now if you send me
Right.
home.
Right.
So every time they checked me, I dilated a little bit more. And so
Okay.
they admitted me,
Yeah.
probably a little bit against what they wanted, but they admitted me and it was just kind of slow. Like things went kind of slow and um they ended up breaking my water maybe at like 5 or 6. So we were trying to get the baby out before Bubba had to go back to work. So
Right. Get it going. Yeah.
his plane left to go back. I think at 9 a.m. was the latest they could leave. And I
Oh
believe
God.
he flew with like Coach Gibbs' family, maybe.
Okay.
Um,
But what a crunch, like what pressure. You're like, my body can only do this as fast as it can.
yeah. And I had gotten an epidural as soon as we got to the hospital. I was exhausted and
Oh
we
yeah.
both needed sleep. Like, and so I was like, give me this epidural. And so we get in, and they break my water for me sometime in the wee morning. And then it still wasn't progressing enough by the time he was leaving. And so at that point, they were like, okay, well, he's definitely not going to make it now.
Yeah.
Um, they ended up giving me Pitocin just because my water was broken.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing that I didn't really want going into my delivery. Like the only really plan I had was like definitely getting an epidural, and I
Yeah.
don't really want Pitocin
Yeah.
because I've heard mixed things about people's experience with it.
Yeah.
Um, but for me, it was fine. Um,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, like I,
As long as you have an epidural too.
yeah.
That helps.
So I had a really good epidural.
Yeah.
And um I can't remember all of the events that happened after the Pitocin, but the baby ended up coming at like 1:09 or something in the afternoon. And
So did he
so
stay?
no, he was at the track,
Oh,
so
he
he
got
did
home.
miss it. Yeah. And so
Oh,
I had my mom there, and
yeah.
I had asked like, can we record a video? And they had said no. I don't know what they would have
Yeah.
said if I didn't ask. But anyway, so I gave her my phone. I put it on live photo. I said,
Yeah.
don't stop taking pictures. And
Yeah.
so I have live photos that mesh together, make a video.
Yeah.
Um, and so then we called him as soon as the baby came, and he was able to like see him before the race and stuff. So,
Oh my
um,
gosh.
but
That
yeah,
had to
it
have been
was,
hard.
yeah, it was hard. We don't talk about it. I don't think it's fair for me to like bring up just because it's a choice we made together and it's
Yeah.
just part of it. And
Yeah.
um, everything went fine besides the
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I literally like pushed the baby out. I had really good nurses too. My nurses talked me through a lot of it. And
Awesome.
I like pushed the baby out and I literally was like, that was easy. And they were like, don't tell people that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
God,
yeah,
that's good. I mean, like, that's what we all want.
I
We
know.
want the easy, the good epidural and that was easy, push the baby out moment.
Yeah. The only hard, I will say, now I'm remembering too, my when I was pregnant, the only bad part in my pregnancy was I had to get my appendix out.
During
Um
your pregnancy?
During my pregnancy, I was
Oh,
like
man.
16 or 20 weeks maybe. And
Wow.
yeah, like I started to have all this pain and I started throwing up that day, which is all the signs of like pregnancy. And
Right.
I had a doctor's appointment that day, ironically, and I went and I was just crying. I was like, I feel awful. I haven't felt this awful. She was like, you're just pregnant. And
Oh, no. Yeah.
by the end of the night, yeah, I had my appendix out. So if anybody has that happen, you can have your appendix out pregnant and it will be fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. I've not met anyone that's had that.
Yeah, it was
Having,
wild.
yeah, have an
Wild.
emergency surgery while they're pregnant.
Right. I like initially when we get to the hospital, I was like, I know there's something wrong with my body. I felt very in tune with my body.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't the baby. I knew it was something else. And so it took a little bit to get the like diagnosis.
Yeah.
But I, I didn't know you could have surgery pregnant. Like I didn't know you could go on, like I was under
Yeah. I mean, I
anesthesia.
suppose in an emergency situation,
You
they
have no
have to do what they
choice.
have to do. Yeah. To keep
Yeah.
you alive. That's wild. That had to have been brutal.
It was crazy.
And so bizarre because then like you've got this baby that you can feel in there.
I
With
know
an
they
appendix that's
Well, I
ruptured.
really want to see the MRI. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
request your MRI scans. They never showed me the MRI, but they did take an MRI while he was
Yeah,
in
you got this
there.
little baby in there. That would be so cool.
I know. I want to see it really badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so out of it. Like I had tons of ultrasounds while I was in the hospital, and my parents were like, "This is so cool. We get to see the baby a lot." And I'm like so out of it. Like, is he good? Like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so you are an incredible artist. Have you always been
Thank you.
that way? I mean, or have you always been an artist? Like, when did this start for you?
I picked it up again in life recently. So I was creative always as a child. I was always at my art desk as a kid, making something, painting
Yeah.
something, drawing something. Um, and then when I went to college, I really wanted to study art. So I applied to the College of Fine Arts at Appalachian State.
Oh,
And I got
nice.
in, but I also I'm a very like practical person.
Yeah.
And that scared me just having like art as a career. It was something that I was most interested in, but I also was like, oh, I need like a real job. And
I want to
so
like show the people that you, and I mean, your page is so cool. So much of the art that you've done.
thank
I
you.
don't even know where to begin, but
I don't have a ton out there. I haven't made a lot yet.
you just have
I have
so much
goals.
cool art. And your
Thank you.
Instagram is Mandy in the Studio, and everyone should go follow you and, commission some art from you.
Thank
Like
you.
these faces that you do are portraits are so hard.
They are. It's the most interesting type of
Look at
painting to me
those.
as portraits.
So cool.
Thank you.
So cool. I mean, so sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
I was reading that. I was wanting to show that, and I will definitely like be reposting some of those when this comes out because I
Oh,
want
thank
people to
you.
see that. And you have some art behind you. I mean,
Yeah, so I have well, that's pieces sideways, but that was
yeah,
a gas
that's a
station
really cool
piece.
one.
And then I think I finished that one. I don't know if I sealed it yet. Nothing's ever finished. I have a bunch of unfinished pieces in here.
My brother, I don't know if you've ever seen my
I
brother Darrell.
have.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah,
artist and he's incredible. And
he is.
right now he's kind of in like he can, like I'm sure yourself, he could do sort of anything, but he really likes doing
It's a lot of
landscapes. Is that what you
landscapes.
would call it? Very
Hmm.
arts, outdoorsy, kind of like hunting stuff.
Yeah,
It's really pretty.
it is really
But
pretty.
he feels that he's always like, I kind of want to fix this here, and
Oh, like a piece will never be done. I have a piece that has been in progress over here for a couple of years. Like I just
yeah,
haven't touched it in a couple of years because it needs something, but I don't know what it needs. And
yeah. Oh
I'm
my gosh,
scared to like make a stroke on it and ruin it because I like where it's at. It just has
yeah,
so much more to go. But
yeah,
yeah, I like started to study it. I took one semester of art classes in college and it just didn't work out. Like
yeah,
I felt the professors were really judgy and like they wanted all this like really deep meaning in your pieces and it was a lot of work. I didn't have time to like complete all the pieces all the time and I was also studying finance. Like in my mind I was like I'm going to study finance and I'm going to dual major, but like having two majors in different like colleges within the college doesn't
yeah,
work out.
yeah,
Um so anyways, just stopped pursuing it in college. And then and I had a lot of experience up until then. Like in high school, my high school literally made up art classes for me to like keep taking art classes.
yeah.
So like I would be
That's
in
so
art
cool.
five as the only student in art five with
Wow.
a bunch of art one students. And my
Yeah,
teacher would just give me different curriculum.
that's so
Um,
cool. Just because they like, could see you were so talented and needed more.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I ended up studying finance, didn't study art. And then I picked it up about the time that I stopped working in finance after college. So
Yeah.
I've just been practicing again for a couple years. I took some classes in Charlotte and learned oil painting. That was my first time oil painting. Um, just at like adult, couple hours a
Yeah.
week classes, and it's become my favorite medium to work with.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. Are
Yeah.
you working on anything currently?
Um,
Have you
I
been doing it much since you had your baby?
I haven't done it much. I'll grab my camera and see if I can
Yeah.
like. So I have, oops,
I love
this.
this.
Um, this is bad
That
camera
helmet.
work. Oh my God, I'm going backwards. Okay.
There you
So
are.
this helmet is almost done,
So
and I've
cool.
done one of these before. and it
So,
turned out really good. And then this butterfly piece
oh, that's
is
beautiful.
in the works for my house. And then that's my piece I've been working on for a couple years.
That's really cool. I've seen you post a couple of photos of that. It's like women dancing or something kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
So
beautiful.
eventually I'll hopefully finish all of these.
It's
But
amazing that your brain sees that,
yeah, it's
So
just
cool.
it's fun. Anybody can learn art, I think. It's practice just like any skill. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes a little bit of extra to be like good. Like your brother clearly has something in him that's like extraordinary. It makes
Yeah.
him really good.
Yeah.
But anybody can learn art, I think. Like it's repetition and practice and repetition
Yeah.
and repetition. So
I
I
I kind of say that about cooking because
yeah.
I mean Ratatouille said it best, but anyone can cook, you know. Um, but it just takes that repetition and the desire to do it.
Right.
And art too. I love art and I do feel like I have um a little bit of my brother's sort of, but not to his caliber. But like you say, maybe if I put the
You
time
could.
and energy into it,
Hmm.
But then there's obviously just the passion behind it that you have and that Rowan has that, you can carry it. And do you sell any of your pieces?
Um, Darrell would love for me to sell some
You
pieces.
should.
I sold a piece. I did this really cool tree painting, and it was from a trip we took. A lot of the stuff I paint is either photography that Darrell has taken, like
Yeah,
that
because he loves photography.
he does. So that gas station was actually our track photographer, and the guy that does all of our social media, Nico. He took that picture, and I recreated it into a painting, changed a few things.
So cool.
But yeah, I struggle with inspiration in art, like finding things to actually make. Um, and so having if get inspired by a picture that Darrell
Yeah,
took or somebody else took, I might grab it. And like I follow random accounts online that just post faces, like
yeah.
people's faces, and that's where I get some practice in of just random people's faces on the internet.
That's so cool. That is so cool. My brother had he at one point had done something where he might not even want me to share this, but he had done something where he like saw a picture that was really beautiful. So he painted it and the photographer was like, "Hey, you can't say that was yours, that was my." And he's like, "No, it's a painting." But he's
Yeah.
like, it looked so real. That he's like, "You can't say that's your art, that's my art." And he's like, "No, but I painted it." I don't know. It's kind of a weird.
I don't know what the like copyright is.
Right.
And I'm such a rule follower, so some of that kind of stuff
So is
holds me
he. Yeah.
back. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like these helmet paintings, for example, they're not very realistic. But if I did like because I merge four helmets together to make these paintings, but they have logos all over them. Like
Yeah.
if I wanted to sell one, like commission one for another driver, I'm like, am I allowed to?
Yeah.
Like are the people who like Toyota, like there's a Toyota logo clearly on
Yeah.
Darrell's
Yeah.
paintings, and I'm like, "Eh, can I
I don't
use that?
know.
I have no idea."
Yeah, I mean, maybe not, maybe like just for not for the purpose of reselling it widely, like if you did many copies, but maybe you can. Maybe you can do
I
that too. I don't
I
even
don't
know how that
know.
would work.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
insane.
sure, but it does make me worried that if I ever like, that's why I try to use like Darrell's pictures as
Yeah.
references. Mine aren't as realistic as your brother's art, but your brother actually has this really cool easel system on his wall
Uh-huh.
that I want in my art room.
Yeah.
We actually just built this home recently, and this is my new art space, and I have only painted in here one time since we moved in. And so, but I want more easel space so I can put up all
Yeah.
my half done projects and
Have a
access and have them easily ready to like paint on versus like one easel that I have to keep moving
yeah.
things on.
Yeah, he kind of built that wall and he would love to tell you how he did it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's very so he's like a home builder too.
Oh,
So
so that makes it
he's like
easy to build.
yeah, he's like a home builder guy. I mean, he can kind of do it all, trees to keys. Both my brothers are like extremely um are artistic in their different ways. Like my one brother couldn't draw a stick figure, Nick, but
Yeah.
he's a home builder. So it's just interesting. We all kind of have like a weird artsy
Yeah.
niche about us, each one
Yeah.
of us. But
I think home building is crazy every time since we just built ours. And I'm like, how do these people know like where to put
I
this
know,
wall and
right?
screw this thing in without
Yeah.
getting the measurements wrong? I don't
Like I'm
know.
so
It's
glad
just
there are
wild.
people. Yeah, I'm like I'm so glad there are people like that that know what they're doing because I certainly don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where how recently did you move into this new house?
We moved in at the beginning of March.
Oh
Um,
wow.
there's a part of it that's still under construction that we added halfway through the build, and it was something we knew we wanted to add in the future. The future just came faster than
Yeah.
uh, we initially planned. So
Yeah.
we're almost fully complete with everything. But yeah, it's been a
Okay.
dream.
So cool.
Hmm.
How has it been for you guys with Bubba getting this amazing opportunity and racing at 2311 and, you know, racing for Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, but,
Yeah,
obviously,
and Denny.
and Denny. Obviously, that's cool, but the
Yeah,
Michael Jordan of it all is pretty nuts. I mean,
it is.
what is that like for him? It has to mean a lot.
It does. We don't ever really sit down and talk like, what does this mean for you? Or like, how do you feel about
Yeah,
this? Like,
yeah,
but um, I think it's been a really, really good opportunity. And I know he feels good knowing that, he has a team of people really behind him, right? Like
yeah,
he's a huge part of the reason this team is even in existence, right? Like his relationship
yeah.
with MJ and MJ wanting to back Bubba too is, you know,
Huge
speaks
for them.
volumes, and it's kind of what he needed to, have a good opportunity like this, is like someone who really believed in him. Um, and I think that's, the best part of it to me is like having people who are, not that we haven't had people who believed in him, obviously, like,
Yeah,
you know,
but
every
that's
team
what
that's
it
hired
takes.
him. But yeah, it takes every single person in the shop, people who
Yeah,
own your team, people who are sponsoring you, believing in you and believing that
yeah,
you're gonna, be great. And so,
yeah.
um, but it's been really good. We actually been talking about it recently that it's gotten so much more busy. I don't know if you feel that way with Ty.
Absolutely. I was just talking to Marissa Briscoe about this. Like, how much crazier, and I think it's the whole DAP points
That
situation
too.
too, has added so much to their plate, but it feels busier than ever, and the competition is tougher than ever before in NASCAR history.
Yes,
Like,
very,
I
very
mean,
hard to win a race.
yeah,
Some people make it happen more often, and sometimes even the
yeah,
people who make it happen often fall into luck and it happens again and again for them, but they're putting
exactly.
themselves in that position, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, um, I'm like,
But
man,
winning a race, it's like winning a lottery or something. I mean, literally, I
it's
know that
so
you,
hard.
yeah, I know that there are obviously better teams, everybody's in, but like the lineup of it and the money behind it and what some teams are racing for versus other teams and you know it's just and Bubba has been in a plethora of different teams at different levels
Hmm.
and now is inarguably one of the best rides, definitely one of the top
Yeah.
10 rides. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, like we say, backing back to just what an insane opportunity. And I know he has to just be does he feel like he's like, I have worked so hard, I deserve to be here, or like, I can't believe I'm here, or maybe a little bit of both.
Oh, he feels, I mean, he works extremely hard.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he feels secure and like
Yeah.
this is the opportunity I deserve. Like I've been working
Yeah.
towards this. I
Good.
mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I don't think he's in this like stargaze feeling about it.
Yeah.
He's just very much like, we're here to work. Like
I've
this
worked
is,
my ass off to be here and I deserve to be here. And
yeah,
yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. But yeah, it's been, yeah, crazy. But yeah, I don't know if it's DAP that's been making it even more busy because I don't even feel like he's doing as much DAP as some guys are doing. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, is that what's at contributing to the craziness or what? But
Definitely
it,
contributes, but I
yeah,
mean, just the
so
hours spent. I don't know if it's because they're having to look at so much more data now, but it just did not feel like we were this busy at Petty. And that
no,
was so many years ago and a different car and all of the
yeah.
things.
It's
So you
probably
can't
the
pinpoint it.
caliber of that he's with such a more. I can't speak for what Petty's like right now. I'm sure
Yeah,
they've upped their game big time. I'm sure everyone has
right,
had to, but like,
right.
it's just he's in such a different team
Yeah.
that
And
has
it and I'm like,
props
how
to
did
him.
we feel busy then? Like it felt busy
Right.
then and now I know we're busier. So
Yeah.
it's a traveling circus, it feels like.
Yeah. So what do you guys do to sort of do you get date night or do you like what do you do to wind down? How do you stay connected with your busy schedule in the race season?
Yeah, so we recently in the last like couple years, he has gotten me to play video games with him. So I we've been playing some video
Yeah.
games together. It has
What do you
slowed
play? Like
down.
Call of
It,
Duty or
no. I'm not very good at any shooting games.
I'm not good
And
at any games, but
I
I
I
understand
was
that's a big one.
I was very much a like Sims. Like,
Love The
yeah.
Sims. I like cannot even pick it up because it'll waste so much of my time. Like it's fun, but you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. You'll get so sucked into it and then like play The Sims for 5 hours. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. So I think I downloaded Sims like a few years ago with him
yeah,
and we just played for fun, whatever. Really, I
it's
just played.
so fun.
But I played it as a kid. Like I had a friend who had it at her house and she had all the expansion packages, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And I would go there all the time just to like we would sit there and play, just play Sims. And it was like what
I
we
had
did.
my friend Andy. I would go over to her house and we would play The Sims for hours.
Yeah.
And I downloaded it a couple years ago on my laptop and I literally was like, I'm not getting anything done. I have to stop.
Yes. Yes. So we got in the thick of it a couple years ago, really in like the off season, and we played this game called Daisy. And when I say we played it like 8 straight hours up till 5 in the
What is
morning.
it?
It's
Daisy.
it's like day and then Z and it's um there is shooting in it, but it's like zombies and you have to like build a
Okay.
base and you have to dedicate hours. There was like a group of like 4 or 5 of us that played together online and you dedicate hours and hours and you build up a base and you're like fighting other people in the open world and
Oh my gosh.
acquiring items across the map. Anyways, that's where it kind of started a
Yeah.
bit. And I mean, we in the off season you couldn't find us anywhere but playing this game. Now, now we don't play very much together. We'll play Age of Empires together. It's just so I can't
I
believe I
love
say
it.
that.
I love it. I mean,
It's just been fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like a kid and it's just fun and easy and I don't know. I get it. I
Yeah.
think
So
it's really cute.
so since Bex has come along, we don't play as much anymore
Yeah.
because I tell him all the time because he'll be like, "Why haven't you made any art? Why aren't you making any art?" And I'm like, "Well, I can either like spend time with you."
I made this art. His name.
Yeah. I spent 9 months on this piece.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we like to play anything fun and games. Like, now
Yeah.
that we have our new home, we've said that like Thursdays is going to be our family pool day. And so hopefully we'll start, hanging by the pool on Thursdays and
I
invite
know
any
it's
friends over.
starting to get so nice too. We've swam in our pool a little bit already because it's been
Yeah.
pretty nice, but from like this point on, usually we don't really do a whole lot of swimming before Memorial Weekend, but from this point
Yeah.
on, it's game time now.
Yeah. So yeah, we just like playing games. He taught me how to play chess, over
Nice.
the Easter break. And so now we have a chess board on the table and we play like while we're playing dinner.
Oh, that's cool.
But
So
yeah,
do you like to cook?
I know how to cook. I actually follow some of your recipes that you've posted. And
I
similar,
love
I think
that.
you talked about this in one of your other episodes, but like I'll like go back to your page and I'm like, where was that one? I need to
Yeah,
find it.
I love that. That's awesome.
But yeah, I know how to cook. My mom obviously cooked a lot with 5 kids, and so she taught us how to cook
Yeah.
or like have that capability. And so I can follow a recipe. Sometimes I mess up, and Darrell says I burn rolls all the time. He's like, "You always overcook bread." And I'm like, "Well, I'm forgetful." Sorry.
Yeah.
Like
Is he a picky eater?
he is a like restaurant eater, and so
Okay.
he like wants home food to taste like restaurant food. And
Interesting.
so I'm like,
It's usually very much the opposite.
yeah, I'm like, I don't want my food at home to taste like restaurant food because I would feel like a whale all the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, lower your expectations on some of this food. But we cook a little bit. Like last night, it's been great. He learned how to make salmon really well. And
Oh,
so I am taking full advantage of that skill set he's acquired recently. And so he'll
I love
cook the
that.
salmon, and then I've just like prepared easy sides like rice in the microwave
Yeah.
and
Perfect.
broccoli. But
Ty's, I don't know if you heard that episode where Ty was talking about his salmon dinner that he
I haven't
makes.
listened to that one
Yeah.
yet.
He makes a salmon dinner that it is good, but I am like, how can you still eat this meal? You
Yeah.
can eat the same thing every day and not get tired of it, you know?
I can do a little bit of that. Like I rotate the same things like
Yeah.
spaghetti and Daryl gets a little tired of it. But then like so he got one of those Blackstone cooktops.
Ooh,
And I
so
was like,
fun. I want one of those.
do it. If it means you're gonna prepare more food for me, I'm all in.
Yeah.
And so he made like hibachi one night and he thought
So
it was
fun.
like the bee's knees. And I told him quite bluntly, if I served this meal to you, you wouldn't eat it. Like it was not good. It was dry. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, it was good. It was good. And our bus driver, Tim, was actually over at dinner with us that night. And Tim was like, yeah, it was good. And I was like, Tim works for you. He's not
Yeah.
going to tell
You
you
pay
that
him.
he's not going to tell you that it is, you know, bad.
Try. Yeah.
Even though we're really, really close with our bus driver. We play video games with him a lot. But I'm like, even though we're close friends, like he's not going to tell you that that chicken was dry. And that
Yeah.
chicken, I mean, I was chewing for days.
It was it was like Christmas vacation turkey.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And he was like, it was so good. I'm like, I try again
Yeah.
next time.
That's so I want one of those so bad. And we have so many different like cooking equipment, you
Yeah.
know. We have a green egg, we have a regular barbecue, and I'm like, I want one of those black stuff.
Yeah, no, we have so much. My mom sells Pampered Chef, and so I have like the whole Pampered Chef catalog. So
Oh,
I have
so good.
everything you could think of that you need for cooking. I have it.
Yeah. I love that. Are you close with your family? Are you close
Mhm.
with your siblings and everything?
Yes, none of us live in the same state.
Oh, okay.
My 3 brothers live in Florida, and then my sister lives in Kentucky. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
Daryl gets annoyed how often my sister and I FaceTime because sometimes it's 2 or 3 times a day.
Oh my gosh, that's like me and my mom. We're calling each other. And then I'll joke after like my ninth phone call with her in a day. I'll be like, hey, what are you doing? If we haven't already talked 20 times that day.
Right.
That's cool though that you're close with her. So did they ever come to any races?
Sometimes. Now I hate how hard it is to have people come with kids.
I
So
know.
it's very
It,
much a different phase of life now that my
yes.
siblings have kids. But before their kids, they came, or my brothers will come solo, um, to Daytona
Yeah.
and stuff, like the close races. And then my sister's
Yeah.
been to a handful. I wish
That's
we
cool.
still raced Kentucky
I
because I
know.
have
Me
so
too.
much family there.
I know Ty
But
won there one time, so I'm like, why don't they race there anymore?
bring it back.
I know. Bring back Kentucky. You heard it here first. Um, So okay, I'm gonna rapid fire some random questions at you.
Mhm.
Do you guys have like a nighttime routine and how many I'm gonna ask you how many pillows you sleep with.
Yeah, so I sleep with at least two, and one of them's for my dog. So like Asher sleeps behind my head. Like I put a pillow behind my head, and
Yeah,
he
what kind of
sleeps.
dog
He's an
what kind
Aussie Doodle, mini
of
Aussie
okay.
Doodle. So he
Yeah,
fits nicely. He's all furry, and
so cute.
he moves through the night, but he starts behind my head on this pillow. So one of them is strictly for him. And then Bubba just sleeps with one. He recently got one of those like really like firm, squishy, like I don't know, purple things. I
Like the
don't
My
know.
Pillow or whatever, the purple pillow thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Oh my gosh, he's one of those. Sleeps
yeah.
with one pillow.
But
He's a
it's
serial
really
killer.
thick. It's a really thick pillow. So he
It,
really only needs one.
that always blows my mind though, because we sleep with like 20 pillows. We don't
Yeah.
sleep good. We probably need to get on this one pillow kick.
Well, the thing about his one pillow is the one that he likes only comes in a queen size pillow
Oh yeah.
size. And we have
Yeah.
a king size bed. And so I hate the way it looks on the bed. And I'm not someone who makes my bed every day
Yeah.
or really ever. I only make it when I change the sheets. But
When one's coming over to have a
yeah.
tour.
And I'm like, it looks so stupid when it's a king size bed. And he's like, that's ridiculous. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, it's not. That is the pillowcase doesn't fit, like everything.
Yeah.
So
Oh man. So do you guys sleep with like a night guard or anything like that?
I have really awful teeth. Like they're sensitive and I grind and all the
Me too.
things.
Yeah.
It's awful. And so I have a night guard. I don't sleep with it often because it irritates one of my teeth.
Mm.
And so I have retainers from when I had Invisalign recently. So I've been rotating like every 3 days. I'll wear it
Yeah.
just to keep my teeth roughly straight still.
What about Bubba? Is there anything about him that like people would be surprised to know?
I don't know. He's pretty much like what you see is what you get. Like
Yeah.
very wears his personality out loud. Um he did try last night sleeping with onions in his socks because he wasn't feeling
Because he was
great.
sick.
And he
That's
first
so lovely. Was
I
it?
well,
We
I
did
had
that one
just
time with
changed the
our daughter.
sheets.
Yeah, you're like, really?
I said, only if you change, like, wash and change sheets for me. And he was like, we'll get to that bridge when we get there. And I
Yeah.
was like, what does that mean? Like, I
Did
just
it
did
help?
it. I haven't asked him. He's at work. So when he gets home, I'm gonna ask him if that worked. But no, he doesn't do anything super weird. I'd have to think about that too on the spot.
Yeah. Are you guys into any shows right now?
Oh man, we don't watch a lot of shows together. He's a movie person, so he likes watching
Okay.
movies. Um, I like watching shows. My favorite
Yeah.
show ever is Handmaid's Tales, and
I haven't watched. Are you fully caught up?
not this week's, but other
Yeah,
than
I
this
haven't
week.
seen this week's, but I am
Whew.
obsessed and fully like invested and yeah. Not a lot of
Yeah,
people I don't know a lot of people that have watched that and I really am into it.
it's my all-time favorite show.
Yeah, it's good. It's very
It's
twisted and but it's very good.
so good. It's
Yeah,
a different experience now that I have a child watching it.
right. Can
I
you
was
imagine?
sobbing, crying the other day watching it, and Darrell was trying to sneak on me and scare me, and so he was filming, and he just caught like me like boo-hooing, like out
Yeah.
loud crying.
Yeah. Oh, this season too, there's been some moments that have just like given me goosebumps. Like, I'll ruin it for some listeners, but when she, at the end of one of the episodes, like saw her mom at
Yeah.
that place, I was like, that, I don't know why that got to me. Like, that just made me so just shook. It was
Even the
crazy.
character that no one likes, I'm so bad at remembering names of people, but when she pushed her off the train to like save her and she was
Yeah,
carrying her baby, I was like,
I know.
and
I
she's
was
not
like,
even a likable character.
I know, but for some reason, that is so weird about the show too. Is like for some reason she isn't very likable, obviously, like she's such a villain, but then you also like have sort of a soft spot for her in this weird way.
Yeah,
They've
it's
done an
wild.
interesting way to write her.
I know. And sometime I want to hear about your, I know we don't have time to say, but I want to hear about how you, I don't even know how you handle parenting, cooking for your family, going on the race circuit and acting, and now doing this. Like, I just don't,
Yeah.
you must have quite the village helping you.
Well, I really don't. It's chaos in our house most times. But thank you. Yeah, it's a lot on our plates, but we hold it up for our husbands, right?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I am just recently hired a girl that is going to come a few days a week because yeah,
it's a
it takes
lot.
a village, like you
I don't know
say.
how you're doing it.
Yeah. It's crazy, but we love it and we just kind of like one foot in front of the other every day, one day at a time.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to have people start helping me babysit this summer,
Yeah.
now that some college kids are home from school, and I can't wait to have some
Yeah.
freedom
I
to
know.
paint. Even if I'm here like painting,
Yeah.
like I need a little bit of time.
Yeah. You you well, you're an incredible artist too, so you got to make sure you give yourself the time to do that because it's you have a gift there and
Thank you.
people need to see it.
Thank you.
Well, I feel like I have so much more I want to talk to you about, but I hate to wrap this up, but we have a DAP thing we're gonna go to, which is just madness. So
Well, have
when
fun getting those points.
you know what, when Bubba gets his next win, we will have you on right after, and we want to hear all about it because we
Yeah,
know it's coming.
I hope
And
so.
yeah, I'm just really happy for you guys. It's so
Thank you.
cool to see you guys have started a family and just seeing you become parents and you guys are just good people. And I'm, grateful to call you a friend and love seeing you every time I'm at the track. And we don't get the time to talk very often, I feel like, but I just
I
hope that
know.
you enjoy it. So,
Well, it'll probably go up here now that I'm out and about more
yeah,
with Beck, so I'll probably see you more often versus
thank
being a
you.
hermit in my bus.
Right. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thanks
And
for having
we
me.
will absolutely have to do this again.
Yes, and thank you for starting this podcast. I love listening to podcasts. This is a good one to add to my routine.
Oh, oh, that's so cool. When you told me you've listened to the episodes, I was very honored. It's truly means a lot. So thank you for
Yes.
listening.
I know. I love podcasts. I won't say much, but love podcasts and listen to them as much as I can anytime in the car. So this one's been
Yep.
fun.
All righty. Well, thanks, girl. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. You too. Good luck.
Yeah.